Man, it's hot out here. Ooh-wee. Hold on, let me move to another spot. It's the sunlight just beaming on me. I can't take this. Camera all backed up. Man, let me get on over here to this. Get out of the sunlight, man. On somebody's shoe. Let me peel over here real quickity splickety. All right. This time. What's going on? What's going on, man? Y'all good out there? Trying to get myself in position here. Everybody doing good? I'm doing good. In my daughter's voice, you know. She loves doing that. What's up, folks? Come on in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get myself situated here, you know. Have a nice little conversation. Nice little small video. What's going on, everybody? This your boy, BucosLocker, coming to you again. Subscribe to the channel, like the channel, share all the videos. Make sure it's the notification bell icon. Don't forget to hit. Don't forget to hit it. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out, you know. If you want to donate, feel free to donate. But my powers and sea bandits, it's time to set sail. Let's talk. I want to start out. Congratulations to the Los Angeles Rams in winning the Super Bowl yesterday. They are now the defending Super Bowl champions. We are no longer the hunted. The Rams fought and they pulled it out. The defense came through at the end for the Rams. Defense always ends up winning championships for the most part. Outside of a couple of outlier games, but for the most part, the defense wins championships. I know the quarterback gets a lot of praise because the media-driven stuff. But if you watched yesterday's game, it started out kind of crazy. The Rams was up 13-3. I was like, oh boy, this is not going to end well for the Bengals. And the Bengals defense locked down. Shouts out to the Bengals. And their future looks really good. But both defenses played well. Jalen Ramsey was getting toasty. But he kind of got himself together. And both defenses played good. The Rams had the first quarter. The Bengals had the second and third quarter. The Rams closed the game out. That was the difference. The Rams had a little bit more juice offensively and defensively. Cincinnati is a young team, young coach, young quarterback, young receiving core, young tight ends, young running backs. O-line needs to get upgraded because the Rams D-line caused havoc in that third and fourth quarter on Joe Burrows, on Joe Shiesty. The Rams and the Bengals D-line did a pretty good job too, stopping the run, made the Rams one-dimensional. The Rams was kind of fumbling around. OBJ got hurt. It changed their offensive game plan, and Sean McVay, at 36 years old, made some adjustments. The last drive of the game, they kept feeding the ball to Cooper Kupp, and the Bengals did what the Bucs didn't do. The Bengals did exactly what the Bucs did in the secondary. They did not take Cooper Kupp out of the game. And Cooper Kupp basically ate him up in the last drive. That was the downfall for the Bengals. They played very well up until the fourth quarter, that last drive. Up until that last drive, the Bengals played very well defensively. And the Bengals should have known, the Bengals D coordinator should have known Cooper Kupp is their guy. That's all they have. They should have triple teamed him. They should have triple teamed Cooper Kupp. By the way, shouts out to Cooper Kupp. Triple crown, offensive player of the year, MVP of the Super Bowl. He deserved it. Because that last drive was crazy. I'll get to that in a second. But, the Rams pulled it out 23-20, and the season is officially over. And if you look at both teams in that game, the Bengals have the better future. The Rams are just like the Bucs in win now mode. They have to continue this type of way of winning. Because at some point, the Rams going to have to rebuild at some point. The Bengals are in a great position for the next 5 to 10 years. They are. Let's be real. The Rams are still in a win now mode. They are in the same situation as the Bucs. When the Bucs won the Super Bowl, it was like, let's run it back. The Rams in the same exact situation. They brought in Stafford. They brought in OBJ. They brought in Von Miller. They basically did what the Bucs did before the Bucs did it, but they did it again. But the difference between the Rams and the Bucs, Stafford is like 33. Tom Brady was 42. So the Rams got at least 3-4 more good years out of Stafford, like guaranteed, with Sean McVay. And they just, bring in some pieces, whatever. But most likely, they're going to continue to build like that. They're not going to build through the draft. They're going to build through signing free agents. Exactly like the Bucs. They're going to get a collective group of guys that wants to come and win. And the Bucs did the exact same thing. Now, the question is, can the Rams, bring in a left tackle? They can upgrade some positions, but it's going to be through free agency. It's not going to be through draft. Certain spots they drafted well, obviously, right? You know what I'm saying? But they mixed and match a little bit, but they're top heavy. Exactly like the Bucs. Exact same setup. The difference is they have a younger quarterback and a much younger coach. And a better system. Let's keep it real. The Rams will always be a thorn on the Bucs side, and we play them again. This time, no Tom Brady. I don't care what you guys can sit up here and convince yourself. What does your eyes tell you? As of right now, Tom Brady is retired and he's not coming back to the Bucs. As of right now, you can make your stories up all you want to, but when we play the Rams again, there's a high probability. Because got to remember, are we living in a possibility or a probability world? Where's the possibility that Tom Brady can come back? Okay, what about the probability of him not coming back? We play the Rams again. Probably going to play the exact same team. OBJ talking about taking a pay cut. The Rams going to probably lose Andrew Whitworth. But he's 40 years old. They got Joe Notebloom, young left tackle they can throw in there, and he can come in and do some things. For the most part, that's what we're going to see next year. We're going to see that team again. This time with no Tom Brady, no AB. Depending on when we play them, probably no Godwin. No Gronkowski. Possibly no Fournette. Schedule's brutal, folks. The Bucs officially starts the offseason today, right? Because yesterday was the last game of the season. So now we see the talks about the Bucs getting Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson. I brought this up in a community conversation. At what cost? Oh wait, before I even get to that, did y'all see Vernon Goofy, stupid, freaky, goofy Hargreaves? Vernon Hargreaves III is so boo-boo. The dude was inactive and found the way to make a name for himself in the Super Bowl. And that penalty was very costly for the Bengals. Instead of starting the field position at the 25, they had to start at the 10 or 15 yard line because of Vernon Hargreaves' unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. He ran onto the field as an inactive player to celebrate an interception. Jason Light drafted him, by the way. He drafted him. See, as good as he's been the last couple of years, but we cannot let him forget the Vernon Hargreaves, the Roberto Aguayos, the Noah Spences. We're not going to let that go because it hurt the team. It set the team back. And the Bucs still got a problem with the secondary. Vernon OJ Howard. Look. That's not the point. But Vernon Hargreaves, are you kidding me? You have one job to do as an inactive player. Sit on the bench. And you couldn't do that right. I don't even know how he's still in the league. So I would like to give Jason Light a special shout out for drafting Vernon Hargreaves. That's on you, Jason Light. That's on you. But what would the Bucs have to do to get a quarterback? That is the question. That is the $1 million question. And they are talking about we're keeping the door open just in case Brady come back. Bucs fans, Bucs front office got to realize you're hanging on to a pipe dream at this point. It looks like the Bucs front office and a lot of the Bucs fans are pissed off at Brady for retiring. Why are Bucs fans pissed off at Tom Brady for retiring at 44? And then turn around and says, well, he should come back. Why should he come back? Oh, because he was playing well. There's more to that story, folks. Tom Brady has every right to retire. He has every right not to play for the Bucs no more. He don't owe us anything. He don't owe you. He don't owe me a darn thing. But let you tell it. He owe us another season? And what? Get out your feelings, Bucs fans. Let it go. LIG. We will be okay. You guys are running around here heartbroken. Butthurt. Because a man at 44 years old said, I want to spend time with my family. And you mad at that? And you think that he's going to come back to the Bucs? Are you living in a probability world or a possibility world? Ask yourself that question. Probability or possibility, Bucs fans? He will retire as a Patriot, not a Buck. What's the problem here? He helped us win a Super Bowl. You should be grateful for that. But a lot of you running around here desperate, on your knees. Please, Brady, come back at 44 years or 45 years old. We're going to leave the door open out. He's going to come back. Watch. If you think the Bucs' future depends on a 45 or 44-year-old going on 45-year-old quarterback, y'all need to wake up. You need to wake up. Wake up, Bucs fans. It was a fun 2 years. We got a Super Bowl. We got an NFC South champion. But you're on your knees begging and pleading a 44, soon-to-be 45-year-old quarterback to come back and play a one more season or two more or play till he's 50? How desperate do we sound right now? You know what? We're sounding a lot like the Saints fans. You sound like the Saints fans about the Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson and the Aaron Rodgers. This is the exact same thing the Saints fans did when it came to finding another quarterback. When Drew Brees retired, the Saints fans cried and cried and cried about Deshaun Watson, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson. And the Bucs fans this year, Tom Brady retired, Bucs fans crying and begging and pleading about Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Deshaun Watson. Now it's Kyler Murray. Do y'all really think Arizona's going to let Kyler Murray go? They'll figure it out. They're going to give him his fifth-year option or contract extension. Quarterbacks don't fall off of trees. But this is what happens when you give up. And Bucs fans, you got to understand this. I understood it when we signed Tom Brady. This day was going to come. That's why I'm not butthurt. I'm not crying. I'm not on my knees. Please, Brady, come back. Because I knew the day we signed Brady, I knew this could happen. I knew that this could happen. That's why I have no emotions behind him retiring. Salute to Tom Brady. Thank you. Appreciate it. What did y'all expect when you signed a 42-year-old quarterback? What'd you expect? What'd you expect him to play till 50 with the Bucs? What'd you expect? Y'all acting like y'all surprised that Tom Brady retired. He could have retired at 40. So LIG it. So now it was Aaron Rodgers. It was Russell Wilson. Now it's Kyler Murray now. You're running around here with this Kyler Murray dream. Probability versus possibility. Are y'all thinking? Or you think? Because it seemed like y'all were so much emotionally driven behind this quarterback situation. You're not even thinking about the football optics. Think football optics, not emotional optics. It's not about what you want as a fan. Well, they on bad terms. So what? What quarterback hasn't been on bad terms with an organization that's been in public? We're going to get Kyler Murray. We're going to trade for Kyler Murray. At what cost? See, y'all, I don't know what y'all be thinking. You just can't go just grab a quarterback and it's all good. You got to give up something. Are you guys thinking here? Well, we're going to sign everybody back and we're going to get a quarterback. Do y'all understand how y'all use your brains? Kyler Murray is under contract. Aaron Rodgers is under contract. Russell Wilson is under contract. Deshaun Watson is under contract. You got to give up something to get him. And you got to sign your guys, and you got to take on that contract. And if you sign Kyler Murray, you got to give him an extension. So at what cost are you willing to give up for your team to get one guy? What are we doing here, Bucs fans? Let it go. What are you doing? Are you thinking about the organization, or are you thinking about one position? Because if I was the GM of any of those teams, you're going to give me a bunch. You're going to give me Ali Marpet. You're going to give me a couple draft picks. Mike Evans. You're going to give me, I'm not giving you a quarterback, a top 10, top 12 quarterback for kibbles and bits. I've seen Bucs fans say 4th round pick to go get Kyler Murray. What are we doing here? Are we really thinking about football optics or emotional optics? Probability versus probability. Possibility versus probability. Yes, there's a possibility that the Bucs can get one of those guys, but the probability is very low. And you guys know that. But you want to convince yourself, you want to create a false universe that the chances of the Bucs getting one of those quarterbacks is extremely high. Can they get one? Of course they can get one. If they get one, I will be shocked because I want to see what they're giving up to get him. And if you ask me, I would rather go for the younger quarterbacks, Kyler Murray or Deshaun Watson. I don't want no old guy because we're going to be right back in the same situation in 2-3 more years. I don't want Aaron Rodgers on the Bucs. Aaron Rodgers wouldn't even come behind Tom Brady. Russell Wilson didn't even have the Bucs on his list of possible destinations. The Saints was on his list, not the Bucs. Now that's probably going to change now, but if you're going to go get a quarterback and you're going to mortgage the future, this time you go do it for a guy under 30. Go get Deshaun Watson. 26 years old, not 42. And you give up what you got to give up to get him. Right? So this time, so that way we don't have to worry about this 42-year-old crap This 38-year-old Aaron Rodgers retiring in 2 years. If you're going to go get a guy, 26-year-old Deshaun Watson, there's no spinning that. You can spin it how you want to spin it. You give up the future to continue the future. That's the even trade-off. I'm giving y'all a probability that's extremely low. It's a possibility that the Bucs can make a trade, but if you're going to do it, go get Deshaun Watson. David Bowles, thank you for the $2 super chat. We are Bucs fans. We're Bucs fans. We don't need a profit. We don't need a profit. I'm giving you probability versus possibility. That's not being a prophet. It's giving you reality. The world is based on probability and possibility. It's a results-based society. We want results. I'm not trying to be a prophet. The world is built on probability and possibility. Results. And if you want to compete, you better build your franchise right. You better build your franchise. And if you're going to give up for a quarterback, if you're going to get a quarterback, you make sure you don't put yourself in a situation like a Tom Brady situation. You don't mess with Aaron Rodgers. I wouldn't even touch Russell Wilson. He's not going to be adding Russell Wilson, that doesn't mean we're going back to the Super Bowl. Tom Brady was special. Everybody ain't Tom Brady. Go get your Deshaun Watson. If there's a slight possibility, the best you can get, probably the best deal to go get Deshaun Watson. You don't have to probably give up a lot to get Deshaun Watson because of the situation with the Texans, because he don't want to play for the Texans again. So you don't have to give up as much. But the rest of those quarterbacks, you're going to have to give up something because they're under contract. The Texans are probably going to take whatever they can get for Deshaun Watson. But you got to remember, the Bucs are not the only team going to try to get Deshaun Watson. There's other teams with better packages. This is not me. I'm giving you facts. Remember, facts over feelings. There's other teams that have better package deals to go get any one of those quarterbacks. Better than the Bucs. Are you not paying attention? Eagles, Dolphins, Broncos, Giants. They got better package deals, folks. It's not me. It's the facts. And if I'm the GM of any one of those teams, I'm going with the best package deal. This is why I keep trying to tell y'all, probability versus possibility. The probability of the Bucs getting one of those quarterbacks this offseason is low. What part are you not understanding? The possibility of the Bucs getting one of those quarterbacks, yeah, it's a possibility. Sure. I'm not even ruling it out. Door number 2, right? But if you're going to reach out to door number 2, don't you want to go with a younger guy? Don't you want to go with Deshaun Watson, 26 years old, that can be with the franchise for the next 7 to 10 years easily? I'm thinking about reality. I don't want to go through this 40-something-year-old, 38-year-old quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, when his mood swings and all this. I don't want that on the Bucs team. And besides, the possibility and the probability of Aaron Rodgers coming to the Bucs is 0. Let's call a spade a spade. The chances of Aaron Rodgers coming to the Bucs is 0. Why would he want to follow Brady? Why would Aaron Rodgers want to follow that? Because anything less than the Super Bowl, it's a failure. Do you know how much pressure that'll put on Aaron Rodgers? We already know how he is under pressure. Go look at the playoff record. him as a quarterback leading the team. His leadership skills are so questionable. So questionable. I don't even trust Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs. And for him to come behind Brady, that's an immense amount of pressure. Anything less than a Super Bowl win, it's a failure. And I don't like his intangibles. As great as he is as a quarterback, I don't like his intangibles. Physically, probably one of the best quarterbacks of all time. From a physical, the arm strength and all that, the package and all that. Yeah. But his intangibles are so bad. But his talent outweighs his intangibles. Russell Wilson, he's in that weird stage at 33. He's like, he's more on the downside than the upside. You did not see it this season. Little injuries here, little injuries there. His size catching up to him. Athleticism slowing down. Still got you. He still can give you some good seasons. 2 or 3 at high level. But I wouldn't even trust that situation. Deshaun Watson, 26, can get you 7 good years with the Bucs franchise. He can get you 1 or 2, maybe 3 Super Bowls. He's only 26. Then you got Kyler Murray. Sure, we can get Kyler Murray, but he got leadership problems, immaturity. He's always pouting. I don't like his body language when things are going well. And do you want a smallish quarterback in Bruce Arians' offense? That don't even fit the type of quarterback Bruce Arians has ever coached. So the chances, the possibility, and the probability of Kyler Murray coming to the Bucs, 0.5. Around 1%. 1% chance that Kyler Murray comes to the Bucs. That he's traded to the Bucs. Now, Steve Keim has a relationship with Bruce Arians, so I'm not going to rule it out. But I'm going to give it a small percentage possibility or probability that it happens. Then I heard the Bucs, Bruce Arians like Carson Wentz. What you think about Carson Wentz, folks? Jimmy G, Carson Wentz, Kirk Cousins. What y'all think about those guys? The second group. The Colts are most likely going to get rid of Carson Wentz to avoid that cap hit. March 15th. What y'all think about Carson Wentz in Bruce Arians' offense? 6'5", 240, big, strong quarterback. Y'all don't like Carson Wentz? You ain't got to ask me about Carson Wentz. I already told you how I feel about Carson Wentz. What about Jimmy G? You already know how I feel about Jimmy G. Go watch my other videos. What about Kirk Cousins? You already know how I feel about Kirk Cousins. Go watch my old videos about Kirk Cousins, Carson Wentz, and Jimmy G. Come on, folks. The options ain't great. The options ain't great, folks. Whether you like it or not, the probability of us going into the season with a quarterback is pretty high. But it won't be the quarterback you think it will be, as far as possibility. 813 Sports, thank you for the $2 super chat. Carson Wentz? ? Now we've really lost our minds. Bruce Arians spoke some good stuff about Carson Wentz. I wouldn't touch it with a 1-inch stick. All these quarterbacks in the second tier are all bridge quarterbacks because you're still going to need one. You're still going to need one. If you pick up Jimmy G or Carson Wentz or Kirk Cousins, you better have somebody ready. You better have somebody ready. If you sign any one of those quarterbacks, the second tier, you better have somebody ready. And for those of you who are probably wondering, well, why are you not mentioning Jameis Winston? Not even an option. I've seen the reports. Well, Jameis Winston can come back to the Bucs. No. That will be an idiotic move for him to come back to the Bucs. Why would Jameis Winston want to come back to the Bucs after what just transpired? Half of the fan base don't like him. Now, Byron Leftwich and Todd Christensen, they like Jameis Winston, but Arians ain't a big fan of Winston, even though he came to coach the Bucs because of Winston. No, he didn't. They try to spin that narrative of the reason why he came to the Bucs, it was because of Winston. I wasn't an Arians guy. Never was. Didn't draft him. He didn't develop Winston. He only spent one season with him. And they had a better option at Tom Brady. That don't happen often, folks. Now, if you want to play Marvel's what if the Bucs didn't get Brady? Who will be the Bucs quarterback? Will we have a Super Bowl? Now, that's a quick question right there. That situation that happened for the Bucs in 2020 is a rarity. Those quarterbacks don't leave teams. They don't. So that was an extreme outlier that happened for the Bucs. It took an extreme outlier for the Bucs to get another Super Bowl. Let that sink in for a second, folks. That was an extreme outlier that transpired for the Bucs. Y'all know it. Go look at the quarterbacks, man. How often do you see that type of quarterback go to the market and go to a team? I'm gonna see Joe Montana. Who else? You wish one of my shooters. $2 super chat. Should we get rid of BA? I would let him get rid of himself. Remember, winning the Super Bowl bought him some time. Let's keep that in mind, folks. Bruce Arians and Jason Light bringing the Super Bowl to the Bucs has bought them some time. Because trust and believe, if they didn't win, if they didn't get Brady, Jason Light was on the hot seat, fam. Bruce Arians would have been pretty much on the hot seat too. So them winning the Super Bowl has bought them some time. So BA will have the luxury of getting rid of himself. He's found a nice cushion with the Bucs front office and the owners. Look, I got y'all the Super Bowl. You can't touch Jason Light. He's been hit or miss in his drafts. He's been hit or miss. It ain't been the best drafts, but he's done a pretty decent job last couple drafts, but he's been a lot of hit or miss. Because just as much as you can nitpick what he's done good, you can also point out, remember, I always tell y'all there's two sides to every story. Because if you're going to talk about all the good things, all the good picks that he's done, you have more than everybody to do that. You also got to bring up the other side. Because it wasn't all perfect with Jason Light. Shall I run down the list? Matter of fact, I can just keep it to the current team. The Super Bowl team, right? Sue, not from the Bucs. JPP, not from the Bucs. Shaq Barrett, not from the Bucs. These are starters. Ryan Suckup, not from the Bucs. Tom Brady, not from the Bucs. Gronkowski, not from the Bucs. AB, not from the Bucs. Fournette, not from the Bucs. All starters. All starters. Who all scored in the Super Bowl? Don't worry, I'll wait. Who scored in the Super Bowl for the Bucs? I'm not going to move forward until I get the answer. Who scored in the Super Bowl for the Bucs? Who all scored? Everybody that scored from the Bucs were not from the Bucs. What does that tell you? Just as good as Jason Light has done, he's kind of missed on some quality guys too. So Bruce Arians won't leave. He won't get fired, folks. The Glazers, we got a Super Bowl. Revenue's up. This is what I was trying to tell y'all. We about to find out how real Arians and Jason Light get down. We about to find out how real Arians and Jason Light get down. You ain't got Brady to cover it up. You don't got no AD to cover it up, and most likely you're not gonna have Gronkowski. Fournette is up in the air. Everybody that scored was not from the Bucs. It was part of Brady and the bunch, the Super Friends. That's what I was trying to tell y'all. It was not the same team. And people try to convince themselves it was the same team from last year. 2019, 2020 was literally the same team. It was not. What did your eyes tell you? You can convince yourself it was the same team, but it wasn't. It was the same team. It was literally the same team. All it was, we just replaced the quarterback. You can convince yourself that too, huh? That's cute. But what did your eyes tell you? Hey, such and such. Since you said this was the same team as from last year, from 2019 to 2020, who all scored in the Super Bowl? Gronkowski, AB, Suck Up, and Fournette. Were they on the team in 2019? No, but it was the same team though. See how stupid that sounds? That's why I be laughing when people say stuff like that. I'm like, what? But we about to find out how real the Jason Light and Bruce Arians thing get down. You ain't got Brady and Fournette. You ain't got Brady and AB and Gronkowski. You don't got those guys to cover you up. It's never the same team. Every year is different. Physically, you can have the same team. The same guys, the same players, physically. But every year is different. Don't you understand that concept? It's a simple concept, folks. You can wake up every day with the same clothes on, but guess what? Every day is different. Every step is different. Unless you marked out your day and your steps, every day is different. Words, what you eat, how you talk, what you do, what you look at. Every day is different. How you think. So I'm trying to tell y'all, it's not this. Even the Rams won't be the same. Every year is different. There is no such thing as the same team. The Rams about to be in for a rude awakening. They're gonna go through what the Bucs went through. Watch. But we about to find out how real Jason Light and Bruce Arians get down. Mr. Quarterback Whisperer, Mr. Jason Light drafting all these good guys. Oh, we about to find out how real you is this season with that NFC South schedule, NFC South champion schedule, first place schedule, second place in the playoff schedule. We about to see how real it get. Now remember, I want y'all to keep that same energy that you had this year and the year before. I don't want to see nobody getting mad. I don't want to see. Cause y'all know how I get down. I don't want to see nobody getting mad at whatever happens this year. Don't get mad. Don't get mad because Jason Light, if he's good as y'all say he is, well, we about to find out. Don't get mad at Jason Light. Don't get mad at Bruce Arians. Because y'all amped them up. Now there's no cushion. There's no Brady. There's no AB. There's no Gronkowski. And Fournette, depending on what he's asking for, he won't be back either. All the guys they brought in, the JPP, the Dominican Sue, Shaq Barrett got about 1 or 2 more seasons before he hit the dirt, before he hit the sideline, before we get rid of him. I'm giving y'all reality, if that makes sense. I want y'all to prepare yourself for the probability of what y'all gonna see for 2021, 2022. It won't be like 2021. I'm giving y'all the probability of what's going to happen. 13-4? Okay. Okay. Well, you can convince yourself that, but okay. I mean, I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer. I'm just giving you real football talk. It is hard to go back to back. It is hard, folks. It is hard to win 13 games. You literally got to have the Bucs roster to win 13 games. What I mean by the Bucs roster, you got to have, everybody got to be, like that. 11 games and then 13 games. 2-game improvement. So I guess what? So this year coming up, we're going to win 15 games, right? We're going to win 15 games with that schedule. Okay. You could convince yourself that, but let's just say for the sake of the conversation, the Bucs with the same guy, with the same roster, and we just upgrade the quarterback, we're going to win 15 games. 2-game improvement. Yep. We're going to win 15 games. Tristian, Jason Light, Bruce Arians. Okay. But what's the possibility of that happening? I just want y'all to really think about this from a football perspective. Understand how it works. Business and football. How they mix together when it comes to the Bucs. The Bucs said, you know what? Let's win right now. Let's sign a 42-year-old quarterback on the back end of his career. And let's just squeeze 2 years out of him. Let's squeeze the lemon juice as much as possible. This is what I was trying to tell y'all. Y'all better be thankful that we got one out of this. Can you imagine if we would have gotten no Super Bowls and Brady would have retired? You know how bad that would have looked? That would have been a bad look for the Bucs. That would have been money wasted. If the Bucs didn't win the Super Bowl with Tom Brady, that would have been money wasted. Y'all know it. But money wasn't wasted. All didn't go well, but money wasn't wasted. The Bucs gained a lot of money. A lot of attention. National primetime games, 2 years in a row. Talk on sports platforms. Remove Brady, Gronkowski, AB from the situation, and possibly Fournette. Let's see that same energy remains. Let's just see if those 8 home games be sold out, regardless of who the quarterback is. Let's see what happens when the Bucs lose a game in 2022, this season, upcoming season. Let's see the reaction when the Bucs lose a game. You gonna be mad? Because I don't want to hear this Brady crap in 2022. Like, oh, well, if we would have had Brady, nope. That's why I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Team will always win over individuality. Because if you got a good team, you can still win games. But I'm going to go back to this point. Y'all gave Jason a lot of praise. And y'all pointed out all the good stuff he's done. And you ignored the bad stuff. This is what I was trying to tell y'all about draft picks. You got to hit on some key draft picks. You got to. You got to hit on draft picks. You got to hit on, every draft class, you don't have to have 5 starters. That's impossible. But you can't have a complete draft class miss, or you just can't just get just one guy out of that whole draft class. That's just not drafting well. Because now we're about to find out the totality of the Bucs. Because now we don't have the attention that we were receiving. Now we get to see the Bucs for who they really are. Because remember I told y'all, it wasn't really about the Bucs. It was about Tom Brady. Every time the media turned on the TV and every time they talked about the Bucs, who was the topic of discussion? Brady, AB, Gronkowski. It was something connecting with them to the coaching staff or them as an individual player. And you can throw in a little bit of Mike Evans. You can throw in a little bit of Lavonte David. I told y'all, this wasn't about the Bucs. I told y'all from day one. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. I was prepared for this moment. Because now I get to really see all those good draft picks that Jason Light has done the last 3 years or 2 years. That ain't gonna cover up the previous years. Just saying, I just want you to understand how this works, man. You can convince yourself all you want to, but the reality shows you right in your face what's about to happen. The Bucs will not look. The Bucs are not going to fall on their face. They're not going to fall on their face. They have a good enough roster. They're not going to fall flat. Let me make that clear. They're not going to fall flat. But if your expectations is 17-0, 15-2, I'm gonna need to holler at you for a second. If your expectations is exactly the same, I'm giving y'all from a probability standpoint, not a possibility. The probability of the Bucs finishing 17-0, 16-1, 15-2, 14-3, and even 13-4 is not high. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. It's hard. And it's not even about, losing Tom Brady and Gronkowski and, and AB and all. It's just hard to win that many games consistently when you don't have a history of doing that. That's my point I'm trying to get you to understand. The Bucs don't have a history of doing stuff like that. I'm just keeping it real. Like, this is the Bucs' history. Go back to the John Gruden situation. Won Super Bowl, and it was pretty much a little bit, they kept going this way. Giving up draft picks. Mortgaging the future. The Bucs ain't going to fall foul on their face. They're not going to go back to the Mark Dominic and Greg Schiano or the Lovie Smith days or the Dort Cutter days. Those horrible time frames. The Raheem Morris had one good season. We're not going to go back to those days. We're going to be very competitive. But it won't be 14-win competitive. No. So you being a hater. No. I'm being a realist. I looked at the opponents on the schedule. I don't see 14 wins. You can spin it how, my favorite line. One of my favorite lines. You can spin it how you want to spin it. You can convince yourself that you can pick out 14 wins. Feel free. You have every right to do that. I'm not doing that. I'm not picking out 14 wins with that schedule. Because, this season before this prior season, it was 17-0, 20-0, 17-0. Then it went from 17-0 to 16-1, 15-2. Remember, this is what Tom Brady at quarterback. Any quarterback that plays for the Bucs this season is going to have an immense amount of pressure on him. Do y'all understand that? Tom Brady set the bar here with him leading the team, T-E-A-M, all caps. Tom Brady, the team, the Bucs, set the bar high. The bar is set, folks. Super Bowl or bust for the next quarterback. Especially if it's Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson or Deshaun Watson, or let's just say, for conversation purposes, a Kyler Murray. But sir, we're going to get Kyler Murray. Bring me Kyle Trask. Be happy, folks. I just want y'all to be please understand your expectations. Better be humble. What's one of my hashtags? Hashtag stay humble. Hashtag stay humble. You see them talking about the Bucs now? They ain't talking about us now. They ain't talking about the Bucs now. They're not talking about our salary cap issues outside of the typical Bucs local media. I don't see no national media with segments about the Bucs salary cap. The attention that we were getting, folks, is gone. And y'all know why. 3 guys. They're gone. Prepare yourself, Bucs fans. Please, prepare yourself for a long, hard season. Remember what I told y'all. With everything in consideration up until this point, up until this date, February 14th, no roster moves yet, no moves at quarterback, no draft picks, no free agent signings. I don't see the Bucs winning more than 9 games. That is the bar, 9-8. That is the ceiling that I see right now with the roster currently constructed. Question marks at quarterback. Who we gonna re-sign? Just throwing a number out there. Looking at the opponents, the ceiling is 9-8. Now, once you factor in the free agent signings, who they resign, and what they're gonna do at quarterback, the number can go up or down. But that's my ceiling, 9-8 as of right now. Mark it down. You can write it down, put it in your little notes or something about BucosLocker said this. That's right. I said it. No free agent signings, no moves at quarterback right now, no draft picks. 9-8. That is the ceiling. I want you to understand that part. The ceiling. That means here. You got 17 games, right? Let's just say this is 17 games. 9-8. That's the ceiling. This is the floor. The floor, 6-11. That's the floor. That's an ugly floor. I don't think we're gonna. In my opinion, I ain't gonna say I think or I feel, because I don't like to feel things. I just like to just give my opinion. 6-11. That's the floor. The ceiling, as of right now, I'm telling y'all, as of right now, the day after the Super Bowl, 9-8 at the ceiling. 6-11 is the floor, because there's a lot of things got to factor into that. How many people the Bucs gonna re-sign? Who they gonna have at quarterback? How the draft class gonna look? And as everything get checked off, the number might fluctuate. The number can fluctuate as the Bucs check off these boxes, because there's 3 boxes the Bucs got to check. Very simple: quarterback, free agency, in-house and outside, and the draft. And when those 3 boxes are checked, I will reassess the situation, and I can probably say 12-5, right? 13-4, maybe. 10-7. I can make some adjustments here and there. You feel me? But as of right now, you'd be lucky to get 9 wins with that schedule. NFC West, AFC North. Bucs fans, please strap in. It's going to be a fun, long, frustrating season. See that? Fun and frustrating at the same time. Because the uncertainty with the Bucs right now is intriguing for me. I'm actually looking forward to it. I'm actually looking forward to seeing the real deal. I'm looking forward to seeing the Bucs without Brady and Gronkowski and of course AB. Because I want to see what we a really good team for real. Imagine we're a good team, but I just want to see, was it really just 3 guys? Was the defense really that cold, or was it just kind of covered up because the Bucs scored a lot of points? Because got to go back and look at it, folks. Was the O-line that cold? Was the O-line that cold, or was it because of Brady getting rid of the ball so fast? These are a lot of questions you got to ask yourself, folks. Did Brady mask a lot of deficiencies with the Bucs, or the Bucs just really that good around him? Because the narrative. Oh wait, but Tom Brady was the reason why y'all in the Super Bowl. I don't believe that. Was the O-line really that good? Or was it Brady getting rid of the ball really quick? And they catered the offense specifically for him since week 12 of 2020. That's when the offense changed. Remember the bye week when we were 7-5? Ever since that moment, the offense was never the same. There was no risky, no biscuit. You saw it with your eyes. Was the O-line really that good? Was Donovan Smith really that good? Now, Lamar Pettis good. Ryan Jensen, solid. Kappa, solid. You know, Tristian Warren's a beast, right? But was the O-line really that good, though? Or is the fact that we had a quarterback with 20 years of experience in the NFL that has seen everything? It's hard to sack quarterback doing this. We about all these questions about to get answered, folks. But as far as the Brady situation, LIG it. Talk about something else. We're keeping the door open. LIG it, folks. Stop it. Stop convincing yourself of a possibility of something that might not happen. Most likely not happen. Please, because you're doing yourself a disservice. You're setting yourself up for disappointment, hoping that Brady comes back. Because if he don't, now you're going to be really mad at him. Well, he said, he never said retirement. He never mentioned that word. He said never say never. Keep convincing yourself. You set yourself up for huge disappointment. And now you're going to be really mad at Tom Brady. I know you are. So, with that being said, thank y'all for joining a BucosLocker segment on a Monday. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Share the video. Make sure you hit the notification bell icon to notify you on all new videos that's posted on this channel. As we pull in the port, we about to drop this anchor and close the showdown. Shouts out to all the Pirates and Sea Bandits. This your boy, BucosLocker. I want y'all to fire those cannons. Seize the day. Seize the day. Hashtag no risky, no biscuit. Hashtag facts over feelings. Hashtag bombs away. Hashtag. These hashtags are getting crazy. Facts over feelings is a big one, folks. Hashtag stay humble. And hashtag, what does your eyes tell you, folks? What does your eyes tell you? BucosLocker signing out. I'll see y'all another time.